I've been a pretty big Star Wars fan for most of my life. It was my uncle that got me into Star Wars because he was a big Star Wars fan back in the day. The very first Star Wars film I watched was The Phantom Menace. Not gonna lie, I used to love The Phantom Menace. I used to watch it a lot. I wanted to be Darth Maul because he's such a badass. But then, looking back on it now, not a very good film.
Mr. Hayden crunching.
Not great. I did then go on to watch some of the proper films, you know, 4, 5, 6, and absolutely fell in love with the franchise because they're all amazing. The reason I'm talking about Star Wars so much is because of the new release of Star Wars Episode VII, The Force Awakens. Just a word of warning, there may be spoilers in this video, so if you don't want to know the results, look away now. I was lucky enough to go and watch The Force Awakens at the midnight release last night. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. I didn't really know what to expect going into it, and I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit worried, and I know that J.J. Abrams was terrified that it wasn't going to live up to expectations, but he had nothing to worry about, and I had nothing to worry about because it was amazing. I was speaking to some people from Forge, and we agree that it may be one of the best films, if not the best Star Wars film of all time. What made the film so good is that it was everything that was great about the prequels, like, you know, the awesome fight scenes and the really good visual effects, but it got rid of all the unnecessary dialogue about the Senate and taxations and trade routes. And it also stayed very true to the original trilogy with the compelling dialogue and the narrative behind the characters. I actually felt very connected to all of the characters in The Force Awakens, which surprised me. I didn't think I'd be that connected. I came out of the cinema and realised that I'd only eaten half of the popcorn that I bought because I just ignored the popcorn and watched the amazing film. That's never happened to me before. There's not really many flaws to The Force Awakens, although if I was to pick one, I'd say that Kylo Ren was revealed too early. You'll know what I mean if you've seen it, but his real identity was revealed a little bit too early for me. But one thing that I loved about the film was one of the characters says that the Force flows through everyone and is in every living being. And I absolutely loved that because that's what the original Force was like. They've moved on from the prequels and said, you know what, we don't have these midi-chlorians and it's not like that. The Force is, it's in us all and it bonds us all together, and I think that's brilliant. So well done, J.J. Abrams. You've made a fantastic film. It was very good. And it also didn't have Jar Jar in, which is perfect.